There are many safety aspects to consider, but I will go through them just briefly, piece by piece. I will, however, draw your attention to safety aspects during the course. But if you want more detailed information about safety, then read the installation manuals. Installation and maintenance must be carried out by people with appropriate training and experience. All workers must be aware of safety hazards during the installation and maintenance if they are to take the correct steps to minimise any danger to themselves or anyone else. Never use installation components such as bolts and connectors other than those supplied with the equipment or specifically recommended by Ericsson. You must ensure that all working instructions are followed. The recommended tools are used. Adequate safety equipment is used. And the risk of falling and falling objects are all known to all workers. When installing Minilink equipment, you will find yourself working at height, whether it is on a roof, masts, towers, or climbing ladders to work on pole-mounted gear. But when working more than a few meters above the ground, you must take the correct precautions. Workers must have the appropriate training and medical certification. They must wear full-body safety harness and helmets, must wear adequate protective clothing in cold weather, and always avoid standing under a working area. Follow all local regulations for safety clothing and equipment for hoisting or moving goods. Refer to our antenna installation and the climbing multimedia course. You should know that you are working on equipment that radiates microwave energy. Prolonged exposure to microwaves can be harmful. You would never put your head inside a microwave oven, would you? Although the radiated energy from a Minilink is considerably lower than that of a microwave oven, the radio power is concentrated. Ericsson has stated, and I shall quote, "The compliance boundary is defined as a cylinder with the same diameter as the antenna and extending 5 meters, 16 foot 5 inches, from the antenna in the main beam direction." This means that a Minilink has a potentially harmful energy beam extending at least 5 meters directly in front of the parabolic reflector. You must know about other radio transmitter antennas close to your work area. If the radio energy exposure level is unknown, then contact the equipment owner. If this is not possible, then measure the RF radiation strength to verify that levels are below safety limits before you start work. The electrostatic discharge symbol indicates when anti-static precautions must be taken to avoid any possible damage to equipment. Now, electrical charges are generated by friction, and that amount of electrical energy depends upon the materials that are involved. You will generate friction, for example, when your body moves or rubs against clothes or slides about on a chair, when your shoes scrape along the floor, and when you handle nylon and plastics. All friction generates electricity, and the charges stick around for a long time, which is why they are called static. Always use an approved anti-static bracelet to avoid damage to sensitive components. More information about static electricity is given in our claims handling multimedia course.